Stand by now. All right, Battenfield.
What's up?
What are you guys thinking?
I'm loving this. You know, I like dark beer.
I know you do. Philip, what about you?
It's good. It's good. I know he likes it, so I guess if he's
Makes
happy.
him happy.
Yeah.
It's got a chocolate
Anytime
taste
Matt's
to it.
not complaining,
This might be like a winter beer.
So I'm gonna. So we'll get to this first, and then what would you guys pair this with? Since you've already been drinking it.
Asking me to pair John knows that I don't pair stouts. I drink stouts by themselves. But if I have to pair it,
yeah.
this would go good with ice cream, like a
You know
scoop
what?
of vanilla ice cream.
I was going to say dessert, but yeah.
Scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. I would
Like
say so.
this would make a good beer float.
Yeah, it would.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
I think it would. I'm going to try that one day. A beer float.
Maybe that's where they got root beer floats from. They
Probably
actually
not.
did it with the real ones.
But maybe.
Yeah, you could be right.
So
Because what was first, root beer floats or Coke floats?
Root beer floats, right?
I would feel like Coke floats were first.
no, I think root beer.
Okay.
I would think root beer because that.
I'll
root
take your
beer
word
is
for
that
it.
A&W root beer, all that old root beer. That's what I would think it is. But this one is called Dragon's Milk.
Ooh, that's a good
Isn't
name.
that crazy?
Yeah, that is good.
I like it. I kind of like the name too. It definitely stands out. It's from the New Holland Brewing Company. Have you guys ever heard of that one?
New Holland. No,
Yes.
I have not.
That's that,
Actually,
like Heineken or something?
New Holland. It sounds familiar.
Okay. So it is from the States.
Okay.
Okay.
So this isn't one of the questions, but guess what state it is? And I'll give you a really big hint. It's not
Okay.
Texas.
New Holland Brewing Company. That's interesting.
I'm going to go with Pennsylvania.
That's a good guess. New
That's
Holland.
a really good guess.
Delaware.
No, those were really two good guesses. It's actually Michigan.
Really?
Michigan.
I would
That's-
not have
That's
thought
where I was
that.
born.
Yeah, Holland, Michigan.
The
is
Rust
where it
Belt
comes
right
from.
there, yeah.
Well, I wasn't born in Holland. I was just born in Michigan.
In Michigan, what part?
A very white suburb of Detroit. Royal Oak.
Oh, God. Sounds like a golf club.
It's like probably the South Lake, I guess. Detroit.
Royal Oak.
There was no 8 Mile in Royal Oak.
Funny. So the ABV, this you do have to guess. There's only 3 questions on this one.
I'm going to go 8.4.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little lower. I'll take a 6.8.
Okay. Philip would win this because it's at 11%.
Wow.
Jeez.
11.
High,
Yeah,
right?
you don't really...
Good job, intern Jose.
Okay, now the IBUs.
61.
That's a good guess.
Thank you,
that.
Matt.
I like that guess. I'm going to go a smidge higher and go with 66.
Wow. Well, in this case, again, Philip's closer. It's 31.
Really?
It's not 61, yeah.
It's kind of
Wow, they hide it well.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good. So
Pretty
Philip,
good.
you win. Automatically
Yeah.
you win this one.
Well, I need a win because I haven't won
He
picks.
doesn't want anything in life.
No, he won the big bet for the year.
Well,
I
that
did.
he won, yeah.
The big Zeke
I'm
bet.
actually I'm paying out the bet tomorrow. So Phil took almost a year to pay off the bet.
Uh-huh.
I'm paying it literally the second day I could possibly pay it.
No, he broke the record last.
But I was out of town.
Whatever.
Today is the first day I could have possibly paid it.
No,
and
yesterday
we're
you
going
could've.
tomorrow.
That's good. Should learn from
I
that.
could have done it yesterday. I didn't get in town till 10. They were closed.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, second day.
Yeah. So good. Well, they said as far as the pairing part of it on their website, it's you could pair it with red meat, smoked foods, balsamic.
Yeah,
rich
those all sound
cheese and
good.
dark chocolate. Dark
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Dark
chocolate.
Chocolate.
I got tongue twisted. But yeah. So
Well,
that's it.
so it's New Holland Brewing Company called Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's Milk.
I may have had this before because
you
Dragon's
sound
Milk
like
sounds
me.
familiar.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
sound
I drink a lot of stout, but Dragon's Milk, that sounds familiar.
You probably had a like flying saucer or something.
Flying
there.
saucer, like
Yeah.
bearded lady or red beard.
Could have done
I don't forget what
Yeah.
it's called. But good job, good beer,
Yeah, good
Jose.
beer, Jose.
Compliments to what do you?
Is that your New Year's
Gopher.
resolution? You're going to start getting us good beers, so you're starting a
For
couple
now.
weeks early.
This is definitely better than Ziegenbach.
Yes, it is.
So upgrade from
Big
Ziegenbach
time.
to Dragon's Milk. So, good job on getting from where I hail from is where he got the beer.
Yeah, I think that was just by chance, right? Royal Oak,
No,
Michigan.
I told him.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, I was born in Michigan. If this ever is important, I was born in Michigan. So I think
Well, I got it because the name standed out to me. When I asked the guy, I was like,
you
"What
watch
dark-"
Game of Thrones?
Well, I watched the first season.
Okay, well, there's
Yeah.
dragons in that.
Yeah,
There is?
Khaleesi's the mother of dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Khaleesi.
She's amazing.
She is.
I only watched
amazing.
the first season. That was so boring.
It is the best show.
So boring.
It is not
I mean,
boring.
that's a great show.
Watch
great
the
show.
Red Wedding, and you tell me if it's boring.
Well, I get that it's exciting that a lot of people die, but the storyline is just boring.
It's not
They're,
boring.
it's cold, so let's go. Remember
No,
last winter
no.
how cold it was?
No, winter's-
Let's go north.
Winter is still coming, so it hasn't came yet.
I think you've probably heard that sentence a lot. But let's talk a little NBA because you gave me a little text that said you got a little excited about the NBA.
Yeah. It's Christmas Day, and
The
actually,
Cavs Warriors game.
yeah, it was. I lost that bet, Matt. Of course, I bet Golden State to win.
Do you ever win a bet?
I feel
What
like
are you today? Today you're 0-5. Right?
0-5 on college picks today. I'm just missing.
About to be 0-6.
Yes, Baylor is winning, so I had Boise State. So yeah, just can't. I can't get it. But
So
NBA
I was on the ship and I went down, left the pool to go watch the Golden State Cavs game. I was like, I gotta go. Nobody in my family wanted to go, so I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go watch the first half at least. So I watched the first half. Halftime, I come back up to the pool, and then I go and watch the third quarter. In the beginning of the fourth, and once they get down 14, I'm like, I'm going back to the pool. I'm not gonna waste all this time and just watch. And then I hear this just deafening scream, and I'm like, did I just miss an awesome
You
game?
did.
And I go back, and they're up. The Cavs are up 1. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened?
yeah.
But great game. Richard Jefferson was
playing,
angry.
Yeah, he was.
He had 2 nasty dunks. One on KD, the other one on... Who was the other one on? The other one was insane. The one coming...
Was it on
facing him.
Thompson?
Maybe.
Yeah.
God, it was he's 36, 37.
He's how many is he? Like 19 years in the league now.
I don't think he came out super early.
He didn't-
So
okay,
he's
he played with
probably,
Arizona,
He's probably
didn't he?
about 16, 17 years
Okay.
in. But, I mean, to be 36,
No, he was playing good defense too. He was aggressive. I mean,
it was fun to watch. And then you can tell us a little bit about the fourth. I rewatched the fourth quarter, so it's never as good as watching it live. You know what's going to happen. But the one thing I got from the game is Kevin Durant, he's just not used to playing with people that aren't ball hogs.
yeah,
Because you can see when he gets the ball, he's like, I got to shoot this. And it's like, well, you really don't.
yeah,
I mean, you can pass it because when you pass it on Golden State, you're probably going to get the ball back
yeah,
because they pass so much. And I just think he's not used to it yet.
yeah.
And after the All-Star break, I think you'll just see something click. Not that they're doing bad; they have 5 losses.
Yeah.
But I think you're just going to see
that's
another year.
I mean, the reason I got excited, no other reason but that's going to be. I mean, there's no team in any conference that's going to keep Cleveland out of the championship or out of the finals. And in the West, there's no one that's going to keep Golden State.
I'm still hoping Oklahoma City kicks out Golden State.
There's just no way that's going to
there's
happen.
no way, but
I know,
still hope.
but the excitement is what's in store for early June with these two teams, and that's what makes me excited. Finally, looking at the NBA, 'cause
That rematch
game
is going to be good.
It was an amazing game.
And the Cavs won without J.R. Smith, which, I mean, not that he's a top player on that team, but he's an important piece on that team.
Definitely, yeah.
And he's the Jamal Crawford, I would say,
you know
of the Cavs.
What's interesting, you go back to Game 7 of the finals last year, and then yesterday's game, or the game on Christmas, is Kyrie Irving in the crunch time, the last shot. He made the shot in Game 7, and he's
cold.
A crazy
He's
shot.
a killer.
That turnaround fatal. I mean, it was an amazing shot. But that just shows how much confidence they have in Kyrie. And I mean, not saying he's better than LeBron or anything, but that is a dangerous 1-2 punch.
And Kevin Love's been good this year.
Yeah, I mean,
Duke can score.
That's going to be a great
He's
finals.
back to, which I didn't think he could get to, he's back to his Minnesota days of he's a double-double guy again.
Yeah.
and I don't know if I want to say double-double, but he's turned into Chris Bosh what he was on the Miami Heat, which was a very important role. People think that's the third guy. Yeah, it's a very important third guy because there's not a fourth guy.
Yeah.
So when you have a team that's based around 3 players, you better be sure that your third player is very good.
So a third into the season, who are you early favorite to win it this year out of those 2 teams?
I'm gonna. God, that's hard. It really is, and I'm gonna take Golden State just because of the talent.
And I said Golden State too at the beginning. At the end of the last year, but can I make a change or is it too late?
Have you ever played the game Switch?
I haven't.
Okay, so to play Switch, you take your thumbs.
Okay,
like this. You put one thumb in your mouth and then one in your butt, and then you switch.
No, I don't want to play it. Can I just switch my pick?
Okay, you can just switch your pick.
Cavs are going to win the finals again.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So, one more thing before we leave NBA, I want to talk about Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a fun watch, is to watch Russell Westbrook's triple-doubles compared to the rest of the league.
Is he still winning?
No, he's not. He's got 15. He just got his 15th tonight against Miami. The league has 18. He's playing, 400 people?
Yeah.
And he has almost as many as 400 people have triple doubles.
So is there a second?
He had 17 rebounds tonight. He's a point guard. He had 17 rebounds.
So is there not a close second, but are out of those 18, or most of them by
Harden's 6, and then LeBron's 3, and then somebody has 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee. Which is
what's his nickname? He has a crazy nickname.
The Greek Freak.
Yeah, the Greek Freak.
That's, I would say, second most exciting player to watch in the NBA is Giannis.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn how to say Antetokounmpo. No. But it's close, though. That's better than most people say it. But that's a fun team to watch. And they're probably going to make the playoffs. They might be an 8 seed, so you might see them playing LeBron. And Giannis, it's probably going to be his first year being an all-star. But he is 6'9", 6'10". I mean, he's Dr. J reincarnated almost.
Really?
Better shooter, but he can... It's almost a mix between Dr. J and Magic, really, watching him. He's unbelievable. But he really is the Greek freak. Looking at this guy, he's just all arms and legs.
Yeah.
And he's fun to watch. But Russell Westbrook, what I'm excited to see is if he can actually do 30-10-10. And he can do a triple-double with 30 points.
Yeah.
And that's going to be exciting. But that's it for NBA, unless you got anything else to say.
Oh, nope. Mavericks? Whoa.
Mavericks, Dirk came back. They beat the Clippers.
Yeah, they did beat the Clippers on, was it Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
in
Christmas
LA.
Eve.
It was in LA.
It was. And that's an impressive win. The Clippers have been on a downfall.
Well, they were without Chris Paul and
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and Blake Griffin.
But the Clippers have also been on a little bit of a downfall. They were holding out that number 2 spot, fighting with Golden State for number 1, and then they just took a really hard turn down. But Mavericks, we'll just say to be continued for right now. So hopefully it's not Dirk's last year. I want him to play one more year. I want him to get 20 most seasons ever with one team.
Do you think we can package Romo and Dirk to Cleveland and get Dirk on the Cavs and Romo with the Browns and get 6 picks and we can disperse
This is what I'll say about Dirk, because you always talk about giving Dirk and getting him another ring. He doesn't want to leave. He just doesn't. He wouldn't even care to win a ring if it wasn't with Dallas.
I'm not sure I totally agree with that.
You can be wrong as much as you want to, Philip. He wouldn't care. His heart's in Dallas.
No, I know.
He got drafted here. He loves cubes.
I know, but it's mid-season. If it's mid-season and LeBron's calling and saying, "Come here, we're going to get you another ring. You're a missing piece."
This is what I'm saying. It just wouldn't mean anything.
It would mean something.
No.
I think it would.
Well,
okay.
You've been wrong before. You'll be wrong again.
Not about Zeke.
So let's go to the NFL and some more somber notes, I guess. Derek Carr and Mariota both broke their legs.
Yeah.
And I would say Oakland's worse because they had aspirations of winning a Super Bowl. Tennessee missed the playoffs because of it, but they probably weren't going to make the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's by far Oakland isn't, and those fans are hurting much more just because they had. I mean, I think
they had a team.
Yeah, and they outside New England and Kansas City, those were the 3 best teams, in the AFC, and Oakland I think, would have played New England really tough. Now with McGloin coming in there, I mean, who knows? I mean, he's not Derek Carr.
That's a weird name. McGloin.
McGloin. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they can win a game or two at the very least just to give that fan base something. But, the Raiders, I've enjoyed watching them all year, and I was rooting for those guys, but it just sucks, to go out that way, which makes it so important for our team. I guess, having that benefit of having a really strong backup quarterback and essentially a starter.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a lot better and easy to sleep at night if something were to happen in the playoffs or even before. The receiver from Seattle who broke his leg as well, Lockett, which, you had 3 broken legs in a matter of hours. And I saw all of them live watching. It was just the craziest thing to see all of them have air cast, and it was just... it gives you a sick feeling to your stomach, but hopefully they'll bounce back next year.
Yeah, well, Philip, you were right about one thing this year.
Yeah?
Well, 2 things, I guess. The Zeke thing, but also Cleveland won.
They did.
They didn't go 0-16.
And the team they beat was a good team.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they are.
San Diego?
Yeah, I mean, their record is it, but they're a good team. I mean, the team
They gave up.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. They didn't care anymore. No, they totally gave up.
You think so?
Yeah, they didn't.
I don't know. I mean, they...
Of his 47 children and working on number 48 probably by halftime. But yeah, no, San Diego didn't care. They stopped caring 2 games ago. But happy because you never want, as much as you hate a team, you don't want them to go 0-16.
Yeah, but who hates the Cleveland Browns? No one hates Cleveland Browns.
Pittsburgh.
They don't hate. You don't.
That's
hate
their biggest rival.
Pittsburgh?
They hate Cleveland more than they hate Baltimore.
No way.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
When you think of AFC North battles, like the first thing that pops in my head.
It's Baltimore-Pittsburgh.
Okay,
but I'm saying they hate Cleveland.
No one hates the loser. It's like the nerd
They're not
class.
the
No one
lovable
hates them. You
losers. They're
feel
not the
bad
Cubs.
for
Nope.
them. Okay.
Pittsburgh hates Cleveland.
No, they don't. Okay. All right.
Just killing it on this podcast.
They just don't.
New England did New England things, 141-3. Huge blowout against the awful Jets. Pick 6 Fitz.
You beat a reappearance. He just keeps coming back.
He's terrible. What do you have, 3 interceptions?
Yeah, I mean, every time they try to put a quarterback in, they get hurt. He's back at the helm.
Yeah. Miami beat Buffalo with a backup quarterback in Matt Moore. Tannehill's looking better. He'll probably be back for the playoffs. There's no way they're going to put him in next week.
Not to throw you off track. Is Matt Moore the second best backup quarterback in the NFL?
I'd have to go look through backup quarterbacks, but I would say probably not.
I think he is. I mean, he could start. He could start for Cleveland. Going back to Cleveland,
what about Tom Savage?
Not enough sample size. I mean, he had. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he tore it up Saturday night, but I mean, he's serviceable. But I think Matt Moore actually
he might be.
There's
I'm
not
just
that
saying,
big.
I don't know all the backup quarterbacks.
I'm not sure. There's a huge drop off between Moore and Tannehill. I think they're okay. Like they're gonna lose in the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm not sure they would have been more effective or less
they're
effective.
Probably gonna play Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's not gonna lose twice to Miami.
And they'll play at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So
that's not looking good for Miami. New York Giants. Thank you for that dive. What, are you kidding me? They lost to Philly.
Philly was playing good.
In a game that mattered to the Giants, but did not matter to Philly.
Yeah, but it's NFC East, and it does matter.
This is what I'll say about the New York
Eagles
Giants
played
this
like
year.
it mattered.
They are not 2007, 2012 sneaking up behind you and coming in as a wild card and winning a Super Bowl team.
Why not?
Those 2 teams would not have lost to Philly when something mattered. That was
Matt, they went 9-7 in 2007, so they lost to a lot of teams.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I was watching it, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but they
could be the number 1 seed in the NFC,
Matt,
and they're blowing the game to Philly.
So one of the things that you've told me in the past is the road team on a Thursday night game. What is your?
No, yeah,
it's a tough.
It's tough.
It's tough,
but
and
not
that's
when
exactly,
the team doesn't care.
But the team didn't care. Who says the Eagles didn't care? They cared. They played like they cared. Their defense was playing.
I'm pretty sure at halftime they were booking flights for vacation.
Not against the Giants,
On the second week of
we'll
January.
get into the Cowboys Eagles, but don't expect the Eagles just to lay down and let us play, even with our backups. They're gonna play to win the game,
Yeah.
and they play
Aaron
to win
Rodgers
the game. And they play.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we're done with that one.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is, God, he's so good.
Oh gosh,
He is so good.
Love fest with your cheese head
I
on.
know. And Jordy Nelson's coming back. He's looking better. Devontae Adams having a great year.
As long as J.J. Wilcox isn't guarding him, he's gonna look. That team, I'm not. I want to be nervous about them. I know you're talking to you last night after the Cowboys game. You're super nervous about the Packers. Man, they only beat the Bears by 3 points last week. It's not like they're killing teams. I mean, the Bears, you had to. They almost lost that game 2 weeks ago. So I mean,
They did.
yeah,
I know.
and so I mean, they're not.
He had 0 touchdowns against the Bears.
And I'll go back
and then
to
he
this.
had 4 touchdowns against the Vikings.
Because I woke up concerned after you were telling me how great the Packers are and how we should be worried about them, but they can't stop our run and they can't stop our offense, and we're not getting into NFC matchups now.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, this
but
is
the
what I was
Packers
telling you. They don't have a
scare me.
good defense, but they can create turnovers, and that's.
But we don't make
but that's,
turnovers.
But
That's the thing.
scary in the playoffs. Is a defense that can create turnovers. It's a scary thing in the play. I mean, it's a scary thing anytime.
You've been watching too many Head and Shoulders commercials. Clay
Okay.
Matthews not going to be sliding under
I love
piles.
those commercials. That's so funny.
I'm not worried about the Packers. Now, the Falcons is a different story.
Well, what about Seattle losing at home for the first time this year? They gave up 34 points to Arizona at home.
Well,
That was surprising.
but didn't they tie the first game of the year, or the first time they played?
6-6.
Yeah, so that's just one of those weird division games,
Yeah.
That
No, it is.
It's
But
an outlier.
well, it was surprising to see it happen at home.
Well, I know, but it's a division game, right? I mean, there's always
It's still, but in Seattle, it's still surprising.
yeah. Okay, I'll give you
And my sister and her friend are commenting that they want to go bowling with me on Friday because I was talking about bowling.
that. Who goes bowling
No.
still?
I love bowling. It's unlimited bowling, so you can bowl as much as you want for 3 hours. If I bring people with me, it means I bowl less. Y'all can't come. I want to bowl as much as I possibly can for those 3 hours. And if I bowl by myself, I can bowl like
Let's
5
see.
games an hour.
This is like one of the first times I've had like a staycation. I have the whole week off pretty much. I go in Friday I'll go in for a couple. And never this week has it crossed my mind, Philip, you should go bowling.
It's a white thing. It's a white trash sport. And it's the best. I love bowling.
I'd rather go to a million other places. I don't know than bowling.
Well, that's probably why it's $11 for all you can bowl on a Friday night because nobody wants to do it, but this guy does,
Okay.
and this guy is going to be there Friday night bowling for $11 for 3 hours.
knock yourself
It's gonna
out,
be awesome.
man.
But let's
Jose,
take a
you want to
break.
go bowling?
Let's-
No.
I just said nobody's invited.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So, but let's take a break and we'll get into the Philly game. All right, Phil. Well, let's talk kind of quick about the Philly game, and then we're going to get into something I want to talk about with you that we're going to get into a little argument here. So, Philly, we're going to Philly.
We're underdogs.
We are.
Yeah, 4 points.
Really?
We're +4 against the
I mean,
Eagles.
we're not going to play, so
Well, we are going to play. What do
we
you mean
might
we're
as
not
well
going to
just
play?
forfeit and just say, we don't even want to go.
Well, last time...
I mean, would that be the biggest middle finger to Philly? Be like, oh yeah, I know you guys wanted to make a bunch of money on this home game, but we're not even going to come.
it would be a bigger middle finger is what we did back to 2014, is when we went on week 17 and we played the Redskins and just was like 44-17, and I'd rather just annihilate them. And even if we do sit our starters, we should still annihilate this
Yeah,
team.
I heard people talking because Jerry Jones said Romo's not going to play because he doesn't want to risk getting him injured. And then people on taking everything we're saying, well, you don't care about Dak getting injured. It's not. Jerry wasn't saying that. He was saying Tony's a delicate flower that can break at any minute. Dak's a 240-pound beast that you can't injure this guy. It's not saying that I'm worried about my quarterback. It's saying, no,
I'm not going
Tony is made of glass.
Well, no. This is what Jerry sees. Every time Jerry looks at Tony right now, he sees a first and a third round pick. because that's exactly.
But you just told me that we were going to release him.
No, that's what he wants, whether we do that or not. But you think about what the Vikings had to give up to get Bradford, a first and a third. That's what Jerry thinks. Now, whether he gets it or not, but that's what he's thinking.
How much were you drinking last night when we were talking at the bar? Because I said there's no way he's going to... You said, no, Jerry Jones loves Romo. He'll just release him, and he won't take it. I said, Jerry Jones is a businessman, first and foremost. You said he loves Steven more than anybody. He would trade Steven in a heartbeat if he got a good deal.
No, he wouldn't.
No,
Jerry's a loyal guy. And Jerry, the reason I say that is that part of Jerry probably wants to do right by Romo, but I think he can have his cake and eat it by making sure the trade partner is a team that Tony's totally on board with.
What I'm saying is he's not going to get
no, I agree. I'm saying that's what Tony wants. But the reason Tony wants that is he doesn't want to go to the Browns or the Jets or the
I don't think Jerry would do that.
That's what I'm saying. So
the Texans he might. That's a decent team. If they have a good quarterback, that's a decent team.
No, they have a really good defense. So they are. But I mean, I think everyone thinks he's going to Denver.
But that's kind of nice for Tony. He gets to stay close to home.
Well, so it's Denver. Denver's close.
But and income tax. You don't have to pay income tax if you play for Houston.
Does Colorado have an income tax?
I think so.
Do they?
They have. Denver's an expensive
city. They have a weed tax, I think, but
Denver's an expensive city to live in.
No, it's
one of the more
expensive,
expensive cities.
But I think Tony could be okay in Denver. He's made enough money.
You don't want to spend what you don't have to. And Tony, with his back, he's probably got pins. He doesn't want that cold weather. He'll wake up and hurt his back.
Yeah, he grew up in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but he didn't have a bunch of pins in his back.
Yeah, I think Denver is going to be the fit. I think that's going to make the most sense for all parties. I think Denver, the fact that you heard about their offensive line and their secondary got in a fight last week because they held Tom Brady to 16 points, and they're like, dude, score anything, keep us competitive. We just kept the GOAT to 16 points, and I think a good quarterback will make that team.
Hey, we did forget to do picks. Do you want to do picks? It's week 17.
Nah, you won.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's skip that. So let's talk about, you're going to love this, MVP. Okay? I know your MVP pick, which is?
The NFL leading rusher by 400 yards.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott.
This is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to make a case for and against Zeke. Okay? Being an MVP. And the reason, and this isn't like me picking, because...
Is this a piss-off Philip segment or something?
No.
Okay,
this is not at all. So what I'm going to say is the reasons that are for Zeke, good reasons that he could win MVP, is that there's no, like, standout MVP this year. Just like in the NFC, there's no standout great team besides the Cowboys. This was like the best year for us to be good because nobody's really great in the NFC this year. We picked a great year to do it. Zeke picked a great year to have an MVP season because there's nobody.
It's his rookie year. He's only had 1 year to pick from.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is there's nobody having 50 touchdowns or 51 touchdowns like Brady and Manning did, where you have to give him MVP.
Yeah.
There's, AP's not running for 2,000 yards this season. There's no. You have to give it to them stat-wise MVP this year. Mm-hmm. That's a reason for Dak.
Wait.
For Zeke.
Okay.
Sorry, for Zeke. The reasons against Zeke, though, there's two, I would say, main reasons. One, he's a rookie, and I just don't think people are going to pick a rookie for MVP. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying I don't think they will. But the other one, there are two running backs doing things that are impressive this year in David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell.
Why? Who? Why? I mean, what are you basing that on?
Yes, so this is Philip. Okay. When he gets angry and somebody picks against him, he just turns into a 3-year-old.
I just want you to use facts.
That's what I'm backing it up with. So David Johnson is, if he does it this week in Week 17, he will be the only player in NFL history to have 100 all-purpose yards every week of the season.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Okay.
That's a consistency thing.
Am I waiting to give one big rebuttal, or can I go point by point?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, well, let me just do it quick. Okay, so how many MVPs have had a losing record?
Running back, you're really going to argue against... You're just going to say a running back has that much control over winning.
MVP is the most valuable player, and you're telling me the most valuable player has a losing record. Okay, but
they probably would be 2-14.
They're probably would have, should have, but they're not. So I mean, in rushing yards, he's a running back. Yep. Zeke is besting him in yards. What, 400 yards?
Yeah, but all-purpose yards.
Weak point, but let's move to the
all-purpose yards. He's losing.
Okay, well that's great. You can't give an MVP to someone that's won 6 games all year.
Touchdowns, he's losing.
Not rushing.
Rushing, yes, he is. 16 to 15.
That's your argument?
You're gonna pick a running back that has
How many how many rushing yards does David Johnson have?
1233.
How many does Zeke have? 1631. Okay.
400
He's
behind.
getting beat by 400 yards. And
How many receiving yards does Zeke have? About 350.
Yeah, so
How many does-
he's not a receiver, he's a running back.
How many does David Johnson have? About 850.
What's David Johnson's yards per carry?
4.3.
5.1 for Zeke.
Okay.
Next candidate, let's go.
Okay. Next one, Le'Veon Bell. He has missed 3 games this year.
Why?
By his own doing. No, I'm
Oh, so you're going to give an MVP candidate to someone that can't follow the NFL
exactly.
rules.
By his own doing.
Okay.
He got suspended. It's not that he was injured. Still has 1,268 yards.
Okay.
Okay, without 3
Don't
games.
get suspended.
And then has 616 receiving yards. And
Great. He's a great receiver. Good.
I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. These are the points this is the point that is hurting Zeke, is that there's 2 other running backs having great seasons.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, I don't want to discount David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell. They're both great backs.
Yep.
But Matt, the second best running back in the league in rushing yards is down by 400 yards to a rookie.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
DeMarco Murray?
Yes, he has like 1,200 and something yards. Yeah, he does.
You might want to check that.
I don't need to check that because I did earlier.
I'll check it. You keep making your point. I'll let you know.
My
how many
point
yards
is that Zeke is a rookie. He's averaging 5.1 yards, and I'm looking right now. DeMarco's in third. He's at 1266. Le'Veon's in second with 1268.
Really?
Yeah. So you're talking about almost 400 yards gap of rushing yards. I mean, yes, they're having great years.
But you do
Zeke
have to
has
look at all
60
purpose. You can't just look at rushing.
Why can't I? He's a running back. What's the most? Okay, so
you're just going to take an element out of the game completely.
No. So let's talk about the argument of Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. The biggest landmark record-breaking stat is total rushing yards. It's not all-purpose yards. There's not a great banner in Cowboys Stadium that says all-purpose yards. It's rushing yards. That's how you judge a running back. Zeke is by far the best running back in this league. As a rookie.
Best rusher, yes.
Yes, running back, yes. So he's 400 yards ahead of anyone else.
You can't just take away an aspect of the game.
But even that, Matt, he has a higher yards per carry. So what's the argument?
No, he definitely has
Okay,
that.
so, and I'll give this. Zeke obviously has the best offensive line in football, but you can't hold that against him because if Zeke wins, when Zeke wins the MVP, it's about that offensive line winning that award with him. That's why he got him ATVs, because he knows who's.
And that's something that you could bring into the argument too. Is there going to be a time when an MVP can be a collective effort? When an offensive line, when an offensive line can win an MVP, is that ever going to be a thing?
No.
You know, there's been a thing in the company that I work for. They call it Life Changer of the Year, where somebody wins something. But there was one year when a training team won it because they did so much.
No, I think I think in 1998 there were co-MVPs. Brett Favre.
A few years there were.
Well, I think that was the last one. Brett Favre. Yeah, that was the last time.
Manning split it with somebody.
No, I think it was Brett Favre and Barry Sanders in '98. So I could see that happening. But I mean, are you making the argument that those running backs deserve to be MVP over Zeke?
No. I'm not making that argument.
What's your argument?
That's what's hurting his case against. I think this is a 2-man race.
Is Brady and Zeke?
No, Matt Ryan.
Oh, if it's between Matt Ryan and Zeke, then it's a no-brainer.
Do you want to hear Matt Ryan's stats?
He's had a great year.
4,600 yards.
Great year.
Okay.
What's his record?
10-5. And
what's his record?
Listen to this. No, listen to this. Think about 2 games that he lost. The one to Seattle.
Yes, rough call with Sherman and Julio.
The worst call of the year. Worst call of the year.
Yeah, Julio was grabbed.
Julio was grabbed. Worst call of the year. And also, and this was him doing it. But when they lost to the Chiefs, on that bet you lost to me. When they lost to the Chiefs, they were up 1 and threw an interception on a 2-point conversion that got ran back and they lost.
Well, I'll tell you this: Matt Ryan's not in the finalists. It's between Tom Brady and Zeke.
I think it's between Zeke and Matt Ryan.
If it's between Zeke and Matt Ryan, I'm
34 touchdowns.
I don't care. What's his record?
10-5.
Oh, what's Zeke's record? 13-2.
13-2.
Okay, so they're the number 1 seed. This is the best team you could say in the NFL, definitely the NFC. So you definitely wouldn't give it to Matt Ryan. I don't even think Matt Ryan's a finalist. I think it's Tom Terrific and Zeke. And you can't if
Tom doesn't have 4 games, and he would have had to run away with it and have unbelievable stats, and he just doesn't.
And
Not
that's
that he doesn't have good stats.
I don't disagree. So I think you're making my point for me. That
I think Matt Ryan's going to win it.
Oh,
I think
you're
it's
out of your mind. He's not going to win MVP. Matt Ryan is not going to win MVP.
You want to do a little Matt Ryan Zeke bet?
We may have to.
I mean, are you going to back out on this if you lose
Oh, no. Then we'll have to write the guidelines out. We're not...
it? Okay.
Because when you say a team is down by one, and I'm thinking one team, because both teams are down by one within a minute, so I'm not going to go there. But we'll have that discussion. But there's no way, in my opinion, that Matt Ryan deserves MVP over Zeke. No way. No way. Anyone, I'd give it to Brady over Zeke, not Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's played unbelievable.
He's played great. But you're talking about a rookie running back that is leading the league in rushing by 400 yards. 400 yards, Matt. It's not
I hate
even
how much
close.
you discount receiving yards for a running back. Though.
Matt, it's a running back, rushing yards, all-time leading rusher. That's how a good running back is judged. That's what he is. That's why Reggie Bush isn't a great running back. He's a great player. But a running back, Zeke is that guy, and it's not even close.
Are you ready to say I was right? Because in
About what?
2003,
About what?
Steve McNair and Peyton Manning shared an MVP.
Okay. Well, I said one of the last.
No, I told you
Okay.
definitely.
All right.
I said Peyton Manning.
What
shared
was
it
the
with
one
somebody.
before that?
It was Brett Favre and Barry Sanders. But I
Okay,
said
so-
there's been one since then.
See, but I don't have to Google my stats. I just know it right here.
By knowing, do you mean being wrong?
I knew the players.
Okay, but anyways, we are going to have to. Unfortunately, we won't have a podcast the next couple weeks because our producer is going to be lounging on the beach in like L.A. or
Orlando.
eating some seafood in Seattle or going to club. What was the club you went to in Orlando?
That's not even funny. That's still not even funny.
So, but we will have some Facebook Live. So for everybody watching out there, we will have a couple of those in the next couple of weeks. We are going to tailgate the playoff game, the divisional round.
Yeah.
Whoever the Cowboys are going to play on the 14th or 15th.
The Giants. Can't wait.
So whoever they're going to play, we are going to have we're going to have some live videos like we did for the home opener this year. I guess the opening game of the season. But look out for the next. I don't know if we're going to do it on the next podcast or maybe if we'll do it on the live feed. But we're going to have a new little segment where me and Phil try to fix the world of sports.
Okay.
We try to create what we would call a sports utopia. So that's going to be fun. And for everybody out there listening, have a happy new year. Bring in 2017, make it the best year ever. Everybody said this was one of the worst years ever with 2016 with all the people passing. Mm-hmm. You know, Carrie Fisher just passed today.
Yeah.
That was...
and
I don't
George
even like
Michael
Star
on
Wars.
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
George Michael.
And, you know, George, you know, the most things I remember about George Michael is from that movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when they just had him on blast on every TV and they would just mumble along with him. 2017 is a little better. We're going to have a little president change. Maybe that'll make things better. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll pay less taxes. That'll be nice. But until next time.